good people, Nikea here, back with another pregnancy update. This is for the second trimester. As I'm recording this portion of the video, I am 21 weeks today, so I still have about 5-6 weeks ish in my second trimester. 'Cause I think the 26th week is the last week, how they calculate it for your second try. But I was like, let me go ahead and record part of this video, and if I need to come back and add parts, I can. So I'm going to talk about some of my symptoms. So the first one I want to talk about, and I'll put some pictures up too, is this symptom called PUPP or PUP. And I'll put what it stands for on the screen because I don't know off the top of my head. But either way, it's all of these small red itchy bumps that you get on your body. And I noticed it right before New Year's Eve, that Thursday. I went and took a shower and I just started itching like crazy. And I take hot showers and the hot water caused it like to wet up. I was itching all over. It was like, it started on my legs and then it spread to my stomach, my butt, my arms, and then it got to my lower, the lower part of my face here, on my chin, on my chest. It was on my boobs. It was terrible. I was taking Benadryl for like a week. It lasted for a long time. And then of course, when I went to my doctor's appointment, I think on January 3rd, it was like dissipating by then, but also some of them turned into blisters. So they're actually healing right now. If you can see here, it was like one blister here, but now it's scabbed up. It was 3 here and 3 here, and they hurt. It was actually painful. Can y'all see that? Okay, these were actually painful and they itched. It was terrible. Then I also had some on my chest that are healing. And apparently this is only a symptom that you're supposed to get in your 3rd trimester, or if you're carrying multiples, or if you're carrying a boy. The last time I went to the doctor, they told me it was a girl. So I don't know. I've had a lot of gas during the 2nd trimester. Literally in church yesterday, I had to get up and go sit in the back because first of all, I thought I had to go to the bathroom, but it was just gas just moving all on the inside of me. My appetite has increased now, so that is definitely a good thing. I still have sore, like tender boobs and nipples. Like I thought that was going away, but it came back during the 2nd trimester. Yeah, increased leukorrhea. If you don't know what it is, look it up. I had dry lips. Like I had a student come to me last week and was like, Miss McDuffie, what's going on with your lips? I was like, I'm trying to keep them moisturized, but no matter what I put on it, chapstick, Vaseline, lip gloss, they just be peeling. And I didn't experience that before. And also just dry skin, especially my hands. Like I need to put on lotion now. Also like around my nose, like I have typically oily skin, but I feel like I have normal skin right now, and then dry skin on my nose. It's really dry up and through here, and it's like my nose peels sometimes. So yeah, I've been combating that by ensuring that I use my hyaluronic acid moisturizing serum, and then at night making sure that I seal in all my moisture with my face oil. And especially because it's dry too. So I think that plays a part to it. It's cold and it's dry because the temperature has been crazy here in North Carolina. So I think that's a part of it. I feel like I've had increased hair growth, and not just on my head. Like I do feel like my hair is growing out because you can see the color. You can see from when I first was pregnant to now, color has grown out a lot. But the hair on my face, the little fuzzy layer, I feel like that's growing back fast. The hair under my arms, y'all, I literally shaved probably, when I noticed it, it had been 2 days since I shaved, and the hair was already growing back. I'm like, what? And then the chin, I used to have like 1 chin hair that's like really strong and prominent. I have 2. I had to, dermaplane those off. I was like, what in the world? And hair everywhere else is just growing really fast. Back pain, specifically in my lower left. Like sometimes when I stand up, I feel like I have to limp. So definitely been doing like more stretches and more workouts targeted to alleviating that pain. I do have my body pillow. This is from Mom Frida. I like this one because it is like so flexible and I can do what I want with it. But what I've learned is I don't need to sleep with it between my legs. I just need to prop like one leg up on it, like how you would like your partner or whatever. So that helps. And speaking of back pain, just discomfort sleeping. Whenever I lay down, it can be on the couch, it can be in the bed. The bed is the worst, but certain positions and just laying down in general, just to be, it's such a headache. And I'm just like, I cannot. I don't want to do this. I don't want to lay down. I dread getting in the bed, but I have to go to sleep. And I think it's because the baby is in the lower part of my pelvic area and my stomach. I no longer like flavored water. I like plain. I was trying to drink some water with the Shake 'em Up packets that I mentioned that I needed in my first try. No, give me plain water. I'll take it plain. I don't get nauseous when I eat, so on that front, we're good. I don't know if I'm necessarily gaining weight. I think the doctor, the last time I went, they were like, oh, are you catching up? Because when I was first pregnant, I lost 10 pounds, but I also didn't know I was pregnant, so I was like working out and stuff. So like working out hard, okay, going ham. I'm slowly gaining weight through this pregnancy, which I'm glad about because I started this pregnancy at a higher weight than I did with Harper's. And I just have a certain threshold that I don't want to pass. So as long as the baby is healthy and they're growing how they're supposed to, that's fine by me. My sense of smell has increased and I have a sensitivity to smell. Like I can just stuff, like one day I smelled EJ's feet. Also his, like when he smells like soap sometimes to me, like the soap that he used, like I smell that and that smells so good. And then like I was at work today and I could tell what people had warmed up. I was like, ooh, somebody had Chinese food. Somebody had this. One day I walked into the cafeteria. It was actually Friday. I walked into the cafeteria. Ew, disgusting. I had to leave the smell. I couldn't even be in there. I opened the door and I walked in and I said, I had a stool with me. I was like, let's go. Never mind. I don't even need you to be in here. I want to lose this sensitivity to smell because I smell everything. I am mentally exhausted from my job. I know that during pregnancy that your brain literally shrinks to do other things, but I don't know if this is a pregnancy symptom, but just my job makes me mentally exhausted. And when I'm mentally exhausted, I feel like it's a block and I cannot push past. Physical exhaustion, I can kind of work through and like motivate myself because that's like a mind over matter. When your mind is done, it's hard to overcome that. So I am still moving, am still working out, but I'm doing it when I feel it, you know, and doing what's right for me. I have definitely increased my water intake. I drink a lot of water and I've been eating a lot more fruits and vegetables. So that's increased my water intake. I drink about 2 of these a day. Water intake has definitely increased, which has led to increased urination. Like I didn't have to urinate that much in the first trimester because typically you do have to urinate because of a hormone that's released, not the baby. But I don't know, this baby is sitting low, y'all, so I have to go to the bathroom all the time, and if I don't go, it hurts so bad. It's not like when you are in bed on a Saturday and you just been waiting too long. It's that plus some pain, and it's like the baby has their head just sitting on my bladder like, go to the bathroom. My vitamin regimen, I have gone back to what I was doing earlier. So I still take my prenatal. I take my low-dose iron, 81 milligrams every other day. So that hasn't changed, but I do include my iron pill again. I'm also taking calcium and I'm also taking vitamin C. And I take all those typically in the morning or whenever I have my first meal or with a meal. So usually I'll eat, take my medicine and take my vitamins and finish eating, or once I finish eating, I'll take them because they're best taken, you know, with food for better absorption. I started feeling the baby move around 18 weeks and it was like those little flutters, like bloop, bloop, bloop. And it still flutters, but they're stronger. Like it feels like jumps. And I was explaining to my husband, it's kind of like somebody's like punching you in the stomach, but from the inside, it feels weird. It kind of like jolts me. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, definitely felt the baby moving around 18 weeks. My belly finally like popped and consistently has stayed popped. And I think that happened around week 20, 19, 20. Like it stayed popped, you know, the halfway point. So now it's like I can't even suck it in if I wanted to. I can, but it'll just look like, you know, a little food baby. But high-waisted pants are out. Unless they're made for pregnant bellies. I was wearing the black wide leg pants, and I'll put a picture in, but I was able to like hitch them, but it was like across the middle of my stomach. But baby, by the end of the day, once the kids left, I said, well, it's my last day wearing these. Won't be wearing these again until I have the baby. And I feel like because I got them tailored, because there was like a stretchy piece in the back, but the tailor took that out so that they were actually like more fitted. Regular bras, there is one that I can wear. I do have one, my convertible one. I can still wear that, but I wear it on the last hook because I don't like nothing too tight on me. So yeah, definitely into the bralettes. So that's all for now. So if any more symptoms come up, I'm gonna come back and update you all. All right, so this is what my bump looks like. Second trimester, 21 weeks. Finally popped. But yeah, I go to the doctor this Wednesday to just update some of the anatomy scans. The heart that they didn't see last time. Well, that's not the only reason. So I have to have a scan so they can get parts of the heart. EJ wants me to confirm that it is a girl because now that we're moving further, those parts are more developed. So he just wants a clearer picture. This was in the envelope and they said this is a girl. So you see where the arrow is pointing? So apparently that proves that we're having a girl. Apparently. And this is from 18 weeks. And then all of these pictures are also from 18 weeks. This is my favorite because you can just see the spine. Oh, look at that. That's so cool to me. I love that picture. And then their head. I think the baby looks like Harper right here. Oh. Look at that. Another one. And the baby was just not being cooperative. A little side view. And this one is called Spooky Cute because you can see the baby's like orbital sockets and stuff. Just like a little baby skeleton. Yeah. Okay, good people. I am back with more updates for the second trimester of my pregnancy. When I first recorded this video, I was 21 weeks. It has been a month since I recorded that. I am 25 weeks. I'll actually be 26 weeks in a couple of days. And my second trimester will be over in 2 weeks. I don't think any symptoms will come up. But again, if they do, I will add them in here. I mentioned that I had like back pain. And what I realized when I researched it, I didn't confirm this with a doctor, but it's sciatic nerve pain. And it's usually on one side. My skin on my body, especially my legs, is getting drier a lot quicker. And I use shea butter, okay? I be moisturizing. I don't play. I drink my water. I stay hydrated. But this dry skin, gotta moisturize every day. I used to be able to be like, oh, I could not moisturize. No, it's not every day. I gotta moisturize at night and in the morning. Because usually if I moisturize at night, I'm good in the morning. But now I gotta do it both times. In the past couple weeks, heartburn has increased. Oh my goodness. When I tell you, I went to the doctor on Tuesday and I was talking to my nurse. It was so uncomfortable. I was sitting there trying not to make faces, but the heartburn was real. And I really don't know what triggers it because that day I didn't have any spicy food or anything. I just know when it comes, I need to ease it. But drinking cold water actually helps. It feels good. Like I never feel like anything has to come back up, but the heartburn is definitely significant and definitely there. I recently switched to a birthing center. I always knew that I did not want to have my second child in the hospital. It was either going to be a home birth or at a birthing center. And I had been looking at this birthing center even before we got pregnant. And what kept me from it was like, it was 45 minutes away. But I've been going to the doctor for the first half of my pregnancy. but I just knew that I did not want to deliver in a hospital. I said, if anything, I'm going to labor at home as long as possible, just let the baby slip out. Because my first hospital experience, the nurses were wonderful. They were amazing. The doctors were good, but it just was so rushed, and they kept me in there so long. And I feel like they didn't really follow my birth plan, because I wanted to do delayed cord clamping, and they waited like 60 seconds and then clamped the cord. And I'm like, yeah, anything past this amount of time is delayed cord clamping. Like, girl, no, I want my baby to be attached and get all the blood out of the placenta before we decide to cut it. Like, and it was just other little things where I couldn't move how I wanted. I couldn't do what I wanted. And again, I just was uneducated, so I didn't know how to advocate for myself, and I didn't know that I could advocate for myself. But now I'm more educated. I feel like the hospital experience would have been better, but I feel like it's still more restrictive than I wanted it to be. And after doing the tour, I was like, I gotta do it. And I told my husband, I was like, babe, I do not want to give birth in a hospital. I can't. I don't want to. It can't be the option. Luckily, this birthing center, I had called them to book a tour, and they were like, yeah, we don't have any spots for your due date, but we'll put you on the waiting list. I was like, cool, okay, that sucks. So I was like, I'll just stay with my doctor until then. Then a week later, exactly, they called me and said, oh my goodness, a spot opened up, da, 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 da. And I was like, what? Look at the favor of the Lord. God, I thank you, because he knew the desires of my heart. So we went on the tour, beautiful facility, just very chill vibes, very calm, very just open. I can have as many people as I want. I can eat what I want. I can labor how I want. I can move how I want. I can birth how I want. If I want to birth on a stool, if I want to birth in a pool, in the shower, like I can literally birth anywhere. If I want to go outside of the center and walk around, I can do exactly that. So that made me feel really good. And I had my first appointment, met my first midwife. So I'm excited. So that we made the big switch, and they take our insurance, which is another good thing. I have been more intentional now about working out. I have worked out this entire pregnancy, but fatigue kicked in and life kicked in, and I wasn't as consistent. So I feel like I'm doing better and holding myself accountable. I literally had to talk with myself one day. It was like, Nikea, you can do this. No excuse. You gotta push through the tiredness sometimes. Of course, if I'm just really overly tired, then I'm not gonna push myself. But there's sometimes where I'm just like, okay, come on, Nikea, you can do it. I have a fluctuating appetite. I'll eat dinner early at like 5 o'clock, and then I'm done eating. But then sometimes I just want to like stuff my face. So it just really depends. And I realized that when I had to fill out a food diary for the birth center, and I was like, ooh, they're gonna say something to me. But I feel like I'm gaining weight appropriately, probably like 1 to 2 pounds a month. And I'll probably have more weight gain towards the end, just because there'll be more baby, more fluid. But there's been no concerns about the baby and no concerns about my health. So I'm gonna stay on track with what I've been doing and just eat when I feel like I need to eat. Speaking of diet and going to the birthing center, they want me to add vitamin D and CoQ10 to my vitamin regimen. So that'll mean I'll be taking 7 vitamins every day. Because I did my low dose aspirin, I did start taking that every day again. And like I said, it just helps when I take it with a meal. The baby is very active. She's even moving right now. I have totally, last time I said no more high-waisted pants, I'm like, no more structured pants. Everything has to have some type of stretch in them. I also mentioned the last video you saw me, I had my regular belly button ring, but I went on Amazon because it was starting to cause me pain, and I bought these flexible ones, which I love. So I'm wearing the flexible ones, but then I started having pain around the piercing site. Last Sunday, it was just, well, it actually started last Saturday, and then Sunday, I was just like, let me just take this belly button ring out. But I don't want my hole to close, so I want to keep it. So I was like, let me just put it in at night. But yeah, I'll put it in at night, and then when I wake up in the morning, I'll just take it out. And I feel like those 6 to 8 hours is enough for the piercing to stay open. I don't have any problems putting it in or out. It's just during the day, it's just not conducive. Or sometimes I'll forget to take it out, and then it'll start to hurt, and I'll be like, oh, time to take my belly button ring out. But yeah, I just want to keep it open, and also to mitigate any issues. I think my stomach, it was already, you know, tight, and so now it's stretching again. And last time I didn't have like an open piercing, and if I did, the hole was super, super small. It could only fit like an earring through. So I've been making sure that I keep my stomach moisturized. I've been using this oil that I got in my bump box called Kanu Mother body oil, as well as this belly butter that I got in my bump box to keep my belly moisturized and hydrated, and like keep it, you know, keep the elasticity, because the skin is going to continue to stretch for the next 16, 17 weeks. My sleep has definitely changed. During the work week, I'm not able to stay asleep. Like on the weekends, I can go to sleep and stay asleep. But for some reason, during the work week, I cannot stay asleep. And me and my husband even started listening to like delta wave music and at a certain amount of hertz to like help us fall asleep and stay asleep. But it works for him. But for me, I can't stay asleep. When I can't stay asleep, sometimes I'll take melatonin. And the last thing I mentioned, I got sick the week that we had homecoming at my school. It was the last week of January. Oh, it was February 2nd. So all that week I was fine. But Friday, all of a sudden, during my planning, my body said, zoom. I just felt everything shut down. I did not feel good. During my lunch, I went into one of the counselor's office and took a nap. And I was just trying to push through. And my back, I just had back pain. And I was just like, oh my God, I hope I'm not getting the flu. So all the kids were like, are you coming to the homecoming game, Miss McDuffie? Are you coming to the homecoming game? I'm like, yeah, but I need to go home and I need to rest. Well, I didn't go to the homecoming game. I was knocked out. I was not feeling good. I came home and took a shower, and that felt so good to relieve the pain. Then I went to sleep. Saturday morning, I got up. I did some cleaning. I cooked breakfast. And I was like, ooh, I wore myself out. So I chilled out, and I wound up laying down in our living room, went to sleep for an extended period of time. Then I got up, and I was like, I wanted to do my hair. So I was like, let me get up. I'm going to go take my shower, wash my hair, I get up, I take my shower, I start washing my hair, washing my body. I feel like I'm going to die and keel over. Like, I got to the point where I almost called my husband and was like, help! But I was like, okay, let me just rinse my body off and go lay down and just get myself together. Then I can get up and do what I need to do. Ciao. I wound up falling asleep for 2 hours. And I was like, what in the world? I didn't know what was wrong with me. Like, nothing else. It was just pain. So I was just taking Tylenol to alleviate that. And then on Sunday, I did go to church, but I just stayed in my seat. I did pray. I opened the service. And then on Sunday, I got congested. And it was just really bad. And then the congestion lasted the rest of the following week. But it was no other symptoms. And the other symptom was coughing. I did have a cough, and I would like wake up in the middle of the night coughing, which would cause my bladder to contract. And so I was like, I was peeing on myself. I had to wear like panty liners for like 2 weeks, just because if there was any liquid in my body, if I coughed, it was coming out. I feel like my trimester experience are opposite of the typical. Like my first one, I had a lot of energy. I was good. You know, I did have moments where I wanted to nap, but I feel like I had more energy. Second trimester is like, ooh, child, the ghetto. The ghetto. Those are my symptoms so far. There are not going to be any more symptoms. That's it. That's all. Okay, y'all? I'm going to show you my 25-week bump, and I'll insert a picture and or video of my bump at the very end of my second trimester. Y'all got a little peek at it already, but like I officially have a bump now. Like this is a bump. Currently 6 months, 25 weeks. People and me, I'm people. My belly is small because compared to how it looked with Harper, it is very small to me. So that's from the side and then from the front. But thank you all for tuning into this video and sharing in the updates. Yeah, some stuff is coming. So stay tuned in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share. Again, I'm Kia J. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.